Hi! Welcome to Surviving Schizophrenia with Steven. My name is Steven. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Can playing strategy video games improve cognition? It's fascinating that research has shown that playing strategy video games can improve cognition. I want to read some of those articles to you now and also share more of my experience playing strategy video games and how they have actually helped me improve my cognition. Now, I've been playing strategy games for a very long time. Shortly before I fell ill, I was really into Civilization V. But when I did fall ill, for some reason I just gravitated towards strategy video games. And I think that's because not only are they fun, but they let you be strategic, They use your brain, make you use your brain. You have to plan things out. And then when it finally works out the way you thought, it's so rewarding. In the study by Glass, Maddox, and Love in 2013, participants who played StarCraft displayed a significant improvement in their cognitive flexibility compared to control groups. One possible explanation for this improvement is that real-time strategy games like StarCraft require players to constantly adapt to the changing game conditions and employ a wide range of strategies to achieve their goals. This constant adaptation and mental shifting may help train the brain to become more flexible in other cognitive tasks. Now, I've never played StarCraft. I may have tried it once before, but I never got into it or played it. However, I have played a similar series called Age of Empires. They're both real-time strategy games where you employ your strategy in your army, build your base, and try to take out the other players. You can play it online, or you can play it against the computer. I usually play it against the computer. And it's so much fun and super strategic, right? You want to make sure you have a well-defended home, right, or base, and figure out how you want to take down the enemy. Do you maneuver your troops around the right, around the side, and then take them down there? Do you try to focus on building up your defenses instead and making sure they can't take you down? How you play is up to you, and you have to be strategic about it. And that's what I love about it. And also, because you actually have to think, You have to plan everything out. It's not a mindless game. If you play it like it was a mindless game, you'd lose. And I love that. I love how strategy games make you think and actually use your brain. Especially when, in real life, for me, I couldn't really use my brain. I wasn't being active in almost anything else except playing video games, and that helped me use my brain when I otherwise wouldn't have. In another study by Basak in 2008, found that older adults who played Rise of Nations showed significant improvement in various cognitive tests, including inductive reasoning, problem solving, and cognitive control compared to a control group. And for what I found, I find that accurate, yeah, for sure. I've found that, playing strategy video games has helped my cognition. I don't think I would be as able to think things through as easily as I can now had I not been playing strategy video games throughout most of my illness. Actually, throughout my whole illness, really. Sure, I still have trouble with cognitive issues. I still lose my train of thought or get stuff mixed up. But I know, having played strategy video games for so long, I was still able to use my brain when otherwise I may not have. And had I not had that, I don't think I wouldn't be as cognitive, I wouldn't have as much cognitive abilities right now. See, I can still stammer over my words a bit, but I think it would have been worse had I not been playing strategy video games. Research has shown that playing strategy video games allows the neuroplasticity of the brain to essentially rebuild and recover a bit. And like I've been saying, I think that's very true for me. It's definitely helped me maintain my sharpness and my attentiveness, and also allowing me to think outside the box more, or multitask even, and be able to handle more than one thing at a time. Because in a strategy game, you have to manage more than one thing at a time. Usually you have to manage like your economy, but then there's your military, but then you have to make sure you're scientifically advanced enough. You're constantly thinking 10 steps ahead and about 5 different things at the same time. And I think in real life, that's great if you can do that, because in real life, say you're working at a store, you have to deal with the people, your customers that are coming in, right? You have to also maybe stock the shelves, make sure you know where everything is, make sure you know the prices, make sure you know how to price check. I don't know. And I think video games, strategy video games, can help with that. Playing strategy games can motivate you and get you engaged in it. And it also just gives you a sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that you actually did something. And when you win that game, it's so rewarding and so much fun. Because you didn't just get there by doing nothing, You had to think it through, plan, strategize. And that's just so rewarding when you finally get there. And for me, that helped so much, because in real life, I had nothing that would be motivational or rewarding to me. I was just here at home. Nothing I could really do in real life would be engaging or motivational to me, or give me a sense of pride and worth and accomplishment. But in strategy video games, I was able to get that. I was able to help the people, for example, right, in the games. I could be like the hero, right? Or I could be a leader when I couldn't lead anything in my real life. And then, flash forward to now, I'm doing something with my life. It got me through the hardest times and helped me get through those hard times much more easily, to the point where now I'm able to move on. Still love video games, still gonna play video games, but I'm able to do other things now too, right? I have this YouTube channel. I've gone on a trip now to Texas on my own, and the whole time I was there, I didn't play any video games. That's a first for me. 10 days. Actually, I didn't watch any TV either, but that's beside the point for video games. I let my little cousins over there play with my Switch and play Mario Kart, but I wasn't playing. And I'm finally to the point now where I can move on from that. I don't need it to give me a sense of self-worth any longer, although it helped when I needed that, and that was amazing. I'm finally able to do something with my life, and even with this channel, it's a lot of work, and so having the strategic mindset that helps with my channel too. And that came from strategy video games. And it's been so amazing for me in my life. And it will continue to be. And it feels good to know that I don't need to rely on it any longer for a sense of self-worth or accomplishment anymore. I can just play it for fun and still to use my brain. And I can move on from that and engage in stuff in life now. And that feels really good. And I'm happy I'm there now. Another benefit is stress reduction. In another article by Ruzanillo in 2009, playing video games can be a source of relaxation and stress reduction, which can benefit individuals recovering from schizophrenia, as stress has been identified as a contributing factor in the onset and exacerbation of symptoms. This is totally true for me. Video games have helped relieve my stress immeasurably. If I was having a rough day, right, I was feeling really stressed, and I go play a video game, that stress melts away. Or other times, it takes my stress and puts in a different kind of stress. Like, all of a sudden, my biggest worry, which before was like, I don't know, I'm really stressed out, I have a headache or something. But now it's like, okay, well, my biggest worry now is there's a fire in my city, how do I put it out? it made the stress something different. And then I was able to deal with that stress by, say, putting out that fire in the city. And then the stress would go away completely. That's how effective it's been for me in reducing my stress and helping keep my anxiety as well lower. Another benefit is improved working memory. The study by Oy and Patterson in 2013 demonstrated that participants who played Brain Age or Tetris showed improvements in working memory tasks, suggesting that engaging in cognitively demanding games can lead to improvements in this essential cognitive function. Yeah, I find that accurate as well for me. Just keeping track of all these different elements, usually multiple at the same time. You really have to memorize everything. Everything from simple things like the controls of the game, all the way up to what is best against what. Like sometimes, if you have like cavalry, like that'll be good against archers, for example, in the games. So memorizing what is good against what does what, and how you should do something in games is incredibly important. And that can help just with your memory in general. It's not a strategy game, but in Pokemon, that's helped my memory a ton. Just memorizing all the different names, the types of Pokemon, what they do, what they're good against, what they're not good against, what the different stats do in the game. I remember, I think it was in second grade. I want to say it was second grade. Our teacher was complaining a bit because she's like, you can memorize hundreds of Pokemon's names and what they do, but you can't memorize your math problems. Well, I could memorize my math problems, but some of the other kids couldn't, but they can memorize all these Pokemon. But that shows that if they can memorize all these Pokemon, it's not as fun, but you can memorize your math problems too. And I find that video games have really helped, especially strategy games, with my memory. And having to actually remember everything about it and remember my strategies too. And also adapt those strategies when they're not working. So, can playing strategy video games improve cognition? I'd say the answer is yes. And even my psychiatrist would agree. Now, she's been very supportive of me really since the beginning of playing strategy video games. She realizes the benefits it has and has had for me as I've been recovering with my schizophrenia. That said, of course, there are some negatives to video games in general, right? If it takes over your life, that's all you want to do, that's all you end up doing, that's not good, That's an addiction. And no addiction is healthy. So, I think you have to, if you're playing video games, I do this myself, try to make sure I'm doing other things too, whether that's taking breaks or going for a walk, make sure I'm exercising, make sure I'm eating healthy and right. You just have to be careful not to get too sucked into the video games, because then that's not healthy and that's not good. It can also be very isolating to play video games. Sure, you can play them online a lot of the time, but even so, if for me, and I was like this actually for a while, I would just want to play video games, right? And that's all I'd want to do. So I'd be very isolated here at home, and I wouldn't feel motivated to go out and hang out with friends, right? Or family, or do stuff outside and actively. That's not good either. So as long as I think you're playing video games and you realize when you can stop and when you can go and engage with people, you have to just know your boundaries, I guess, there, and make sure you're not overdoing it. With that, I think, video games can definitely help relieve stress and improve cognition, especially those with schizophrenia, like me, because I've definitely experienced that myself. Yeah. So, I think that's all I got for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like and maybe subscribe. It would help out the channel a lot as I work to destigmatize and help those like me suffering with schizophrenia. And I hope you have a happy and healthy rest of your day. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.